Good evening and welcome. You're watching the Newstrack. I'm Rahul Kanwal. Did Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar bribe Aam Aadmi Party leaders? Did the AAP offer a Rajya Sabha seat to Sukesh in lieu of a payment of 50 crore rupees? Is there at all any evidence to bribe these, to substantiate these charges? Or is Sukesh making these allegations under duress because he wants it easy from the investigative agencies? That's my top focus on the Newstrack.
I paid Aam Aadmi Party 50 crore rupees. Satyendar Jain extorted protection money. CBI must probe Kejriwal and AAP ministers. Sensational claims by Conman Sukesh. Letter bomb after letter bomb. Aam Aadmi Party claims Sukesh is a BJP agent. Is there a Conman AAP link? The big focus on Newstrack.
Here's a look at the headlines I'm tracking tonight. Supreme Court upholds 10% quota for poor in a 3-2 judgment. Politics explodes. Congress leaders call the Supreme Court cast. Big twist in the Liquorgate probe. Manish Sisodia's aide Dinesh Arora turns approver, says he's ready to provide all information linked to the alleged scandal. Karnataka Congress Neta goes on an anti-Hindu tirade, says the word Hindu doesn't belong to India, calls its meaning dirty.
हिंदू शब्द कहाँ से आ गया? ये हमारा है. हिंदू का जो मीनिंग है वो बहुत गंदी है.
Blow to Congress's Bharat Jodo campaign. A Bengaluru court orders temporary suspension of Congress and its Yatra. Twitter handle for copyright infringement of KGF soundtrack. Anti-hijab protests erupt in Kerala's Kozhikode. A group of Muslim women burn the hijab in solidarity with Iranian protesters. Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar has dropped another letter bomb. He's written to the Delhi L-G demanding a CBI probe against Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Delhi Ministers Satyendar Jain and Kailash Gehlot. A third letter that Sukesh wrote alleging extortion by the Aam Aadmi Party. Here is the full report.
Another Sukesh salvo at the Aam Aadmi Party, and this time the conman hasn't held back, putting Aam Aadmi Party's Delhi mantris and even Chief Minister Kejriwal in the dock. Calling Kejriwal the country's biggest thug, Sukesh Chandrasekhar this time has gone into great detail about how many times he met Kejriwal, Kailash Gehlot and Satyendar Jain and paid them money. In his third letter now against Aam Aadmi Party, the conman has claimed he submitted rupees 50 crore to jailed Aam Aadmi Party Mantri Satyendar Jain at the behest of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal at Transport Minister Kailash Gehlot's farmhouse. Sukesh further rubbishes the defense of Aam Aadmi Party that he's been used by the BJP for some kind of settlement.
एलिगेशन को तो हमेशा जो अदर साइड होता है वो डिनाई ही करेगा, ठीक, कोई एक्सेप्ट तो करेगा नहीं. तो इसीलिए मेरा मानना है कि इस पर एक फेयर इंक्वायरी हो जाए, एक इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो जाए, और इस कंप्लेंट का पर्पस भी वही है कि ये मैटर सीबीआई को हैंडओवर कर दें और इसकी एक फेयर इंक्वायरी हो.
This latest letter has provided more salvo to the BJP.
अब मुझे तो हैरानगी हो रही है, एक मंत्री जिसका पोर्टफोलियो है वो अपने पोर्टफोलियो को इस्तेमाल करके जेल के अंदर प्रोटेक्शन का एक रैकेट चला रहा है. ये ऐसी चर्चा हो रही है.
While the BJP is going to town with these Sukesh letters, calling Aam Aadmi Party a Mahakon, Kejriwal rubbished all these allegations in an exclusive conversation with India Today.
सत्येंद्र जैन के ऊपर आरोप लगा के और झूठा, फिर क्या हुआ? जब बेल एप्लीकेशन कोर्ट में आई, 3 सुनवाई में लगातार जज ने पूछा, भाई सत्येंद्र के खिलाफ छोटा सा सबूत तो दे दो। फ्रंट पेज पे आया था, सारे अखबारों के फ्रंट पेज पे था। 3 बार जज ने 3 सुनवाई में पूछा, भाई एक सबूत तो दे दो सत्येंद्र के खिलाफ। जब वो सबूत नहीं दे पाए तो तीसरी सुनवाई में इन लोगों ने एप्लीकेशन डाल दी जज के ऊपर वाले जज पे कि ये जज बड़ी गंदी है, इसको बदला जाए।
Sukesh's 3 bombshell letters has led to a massive political flashpoint before the Gujarat elections, with Aam Aadmi Party claiming all of it is a political stunt, but the conman Sukesh has been unrelenting. In his last letter, the conman put direct questions to Arvind Kejriwal. He's asked the Delhi Chief Minister why he allegedly took 50 crore rupees and asked him to bring in 30 people for party positions. Sukesh further questioned why Kejriwal constantly kept contact with him even after his arrest.
Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar has now addressed a 3rd letter to the Delhi L-G asking CBI probe into the alleged extortion angle in the Delhi prison case. He's already earlier alleged that Satyendar Jain, along with the former DG of the Delhi prison, had extorted money as protection money inside the jail. He's also requested that he be allowed to lodge an FIR.
A Rajya Sabha seat, protection money, farmhouse visits and dinner parties. A Maha conman claiming he's been conned by Kejriwal and company has now become the biggest political talking point. With Shreya Chatterjee, Bureau Report, India Today.
Did conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar actually pay 50 crore rupees in bribe to the Aam Aadmi Party? Did AAP offer him a Rajya Sabha berth? If they did, that's a very, very serious charge. Remember, Sukesh is also in custody at this moment. Could he just be saying this to get the agencies off his back or to get some respite? To talk about this, we're joined on this broadcast by Dr. Kiran Bedi. She's been in charge of the Tihar jail, one of India's best-known jail wardens. We've also got Reena Gupta from the AAP, Syed Zafar Islam from the BJP, Shantanu Sen and Dr. Vikram Singh. But I want to focus first with Dr. Kiran Bedi. Now, you've been in the police, you've worn a Tihar jail hat, you've also been a politician, and you also understand how investigations are carried out, ma'am. Prima facie, when a conman like Sukesh Chandrasekhar alleges that he's paid 50 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party, that they offered him a Rajya Sabha seat, he's also in custody at this moment. How would you be looking at these charges, ma'am?
Well, the onus is on the accused to produce the evidence, and also the onus is on the investigating officers to collect the evidence. Unless the evidence is collected and examined and that it is found justiciable, I think that's the challenge. Challenge now is of the investigating officer to collect the evidence from this person who's also not a good character. So far, he's also under a cloud. So remember that the evidence is coming from whom? Somebody who's also under a cloud. But the fact is that he is giving evidence and he's giving in writing. Therefore, the onus is on him to produce all the evidence.
But is he really giving evidence? Because what he's doing in these 3 letters, he's leveling sensational allegations. That Satyendar Jain met me, Kailash Gehlot met me, that these meetings are happening, that Kejriwal was in touch with me even after I went to jail. He hasn't really, at least from what we know in the public domain, presented any evidence to back these charges so far.
So that is therefore that's a very, very important, that where is this, how does he back it? Where is it proving? Is it a voice messages? Has he any proof? He has to produce the proof. Onus is on him. He has to produce the proof. And therefore also a very big challenge for the investigating officers also to unearth the proof. Where is it coming from? Is it coming from his prison days? Who was he speaking to? Does he have any people who overheard him? Does he have any electronic evidence? All this, there is so much required in such a case. It's a matter of very serious investigation. Why? Because it's coming at very sensitive times.
Correct.
And the amount is very big. And it involves people who are in totally public profile. So therefore, to be fair and just, the onus is on
No,
the
but where does
investigating
the evidence
officers to
come from?
collect
Now, he
it.
claims that in 2016, he met Satyendar Jain at Kailash Gehlot's farmhouse. Some personal secretary called Gopinath was also present. Now, you won't really have CCTV footage going back to 2016. So, how do you establish whether this meeting took place or not? You have this man leveling this dramatic charge, but how will you be able to establish this from an investigating perspective, ma'am?
Yeah, but it's very interesting. What is a public profile if he's met? There is a profile. Is there any evidence? Is there any photographic evidence? Is there any CCTV? And then what transpired? All this is very important evidence. And who saw? Who are the eyewitnesses? That's where the challenge is. So the investigating officers have to go back all these years.
Okay, I leave it with you at this moment. You didn't want to get into a debate, so I won't do that. We've heard from Dr. Kiran Bedi. I want to start the political debate now. Syed Zafar Islam, as you heard from Dr. Kiran Bedi, she says, show me the evidence. We can believe these charges once you demonstrate the evidence. You've got a man in custody making sensational charges. Sabut ka hai?
Rahul, investigation will take place. The fact will be out in open. But in the meantime, the letter which has dashed off to the Lieutenant Governor has all the information which eventually he will produce to the investigative agency. He is also proposing that it needs to be investigated by CBI. Let the investigation take place. Let the investigative agency interact with him and ascertain all the information which they require. But the fact is today that he has totally exposed the AAP party, because our party claims to be an honest party, but actually the fact is that they are not. They are a bunch of fraud and fraudsters, and they are following the footsteps.
No, but how is it that a man in custody is writing a letter and that letter becomes public? Is this being done because you want to play to the gallery? AAP is trying to create inroads in Gujarat. You want to pull them down and therefore you embarrass them in full public view. How does the letter become public?
It is far away from reality, Rahul. I am sitting in Gujarat. I am doing this live from Ahmedabad office. Fact is that if ask anyone on the street, and no one will say that AAP even has a presence anywhere in Gujarat. So it is nothing to do with the election, nothing to do with what they are doing in Gujarat or what they are up to in Gujarat. It is primarily because the claim which Kejriwal all along has made that he is an honest man and he believes in honesty. He had taken the support of Anna Hazare. He used everyone and dumped everyone. Today he also used Sukesh, made money, taken money, and he also felt that he was trying to dump him. But since he has paid money, protection money and also money which he has promised to pay, obviously he will speak out about him.
Reena Gupta, even the likes of Ashutosh, who were earlier in the Aam Aadmi party, had alleged that Kejriwal sold Rajya Sabha tickets to people who were given Rajya Sabha seats, even though they weren't really linked to the party. So this charge has been levelled by people at one time very close to Arvind Kejriwal, which leads people to wonder whether this could also be true. The evidence will be collected and demonstrated later by the agencies, according to the likes of Syed Zafar Islam. But in the public eye, is this damaging for AAP, that a conman is saying that they paid AAP for protection and AAP wanted 50 crore rupees for a Rajya Sabha seat?
Rahul, the whole issue is so laughable. It just shows the desperation of Bharatiya Janata Party. Every time before an election, they try to use some propaganda or it's almost like a toolkit, Rahul. You know, before the Punjab elections, you remember suddenly Kumar Vishwas came out and there was this whole allegation that there should be an inquiry on how Mr. Arvind Kejriwal wanted a separate Khalistan and he wanted to become the Prime Minister of Khalistan. What happened to that inquiry? The then Chief Minister of Punjab wrote to the Honorable Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah that there should be an inquiry. That petition was quashed by the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court. And at the same time, Rahul, if we are to believe this conman, then this conman also said that he collected 250 crore rupees on behalf of Mr. Amit Shah, actually, where we actually have evidence of the Ranbekti family paying off this conman. So the question arises then, where is that 250 crores? Is it still with Mr. Amit Shah, or has that money been used by Bharatiya Janata Party to buy off MLAs? The money that they were going to use to buy the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs, the money that they've been caught on live camera trying to buy the TRS MLAs. So the point is, Rahul, that Bharatiya Janata Party is losing both Gujarat and the Delhi MCD. And you will see many such letters, many such people coming out and making these crazy allegations. It is nothing but a crazy allegation. In fact, very soon you're going to see that this conman will join Bharatiya Janata Party, will be welcomed by Mr. Nadda, and will probably become the star campaigner for Bharatiya Janata Party because they have nothing else to show. They have not done any work in Gujarat, and the 15 years of Delhi MCD is for all of us to see. So, had they done any work, they would have talked about their work.
But what's very clear, Reena Gupta, what's very clear is that the agencies are turning on the pressure. This comes on a day when Manish Sisodia's aide, Dinesh Arora, has just turned approver in the liquor scam. Now, if Dinesh Arora, who's known to be close to Sisodia, starts tackling against the Deputy CM, then that is damaging for the AAP, because here's a man who knows your secrets, who knows what was going on, and if he starts speaking like Sukesh Chandrasekhar, all of this could add up to be very problematic for you.
Rahul, for the past 4 months, we've been hearing every day that there is evidence against Mr. Manish Sisodia, there is evidence against Aam Aadmi Party. I am yet to see a single shred of evidence. It is all hearsay. There is nothing which no concrete proof has been shown. If they had any concrete proof, they would have arrested Mr. Manish Sisodia. Why have they not arrested him till now? Because they have no concrete proof. And why was this conman sleeping all this time? Why did he wake up on the eve of the Gujarat elections, on the eve of the MCD elections? Why was he sleeping all this while? And why are you not...
Syed Zafar Islam, this is a script that's played out earlier in Punjab, when just before the polls, you had former Kejriwal 8-turn nemesis Kumar Vishwas level similarly damaging allegations. Election gaya, charge gaya.
No, Rahul. See, they are repeatedly talking about Gujarat. What happened to Himachal?
You must answer about Pakistan.
In Gujarat also they have zero presence in Gujarat.
Forget their presence, that the voters will decide. No, one second, Zafar Islam, don't take it to whether they have a presence or not, that we'll know on the 8th of December, voters will decide. I am saying that Kumar Vishwas leveled very damaging charges. If Kejriwal indeed wanted to be Prime Minister of Punjab, then where is the evidence to back that? Why is Kejriwal not in jail? This was a charge that your party took up very aggressively before the Punjab polls. What happened to that?
Let me tell you very candidly, Rahul, she was talking about why Manish Sisodia is not behind the bar. Let me tell you, it will be sooner than later.
You cannot
he will be behind the bar because we have enough
Reena, let him speak, please.
The agencies have enough evidence against him. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before he is being sent behind the bar. Because there is incriminating evidence against Manish Sisodia having accepted money. A lot of scams will be unearthed soon because evidence are being is with the agencies, and they will be demonstrated in the court of law.
No, but Reena Gupta, it's a catch-22 situation. If they arrest Manish Sisodia and put him in prison, you will say they're doing it because elections are around the corner. Let the investigative agencies do their job rather than preempting them to take coercive action which they aren't ready for. Let them decide when they think they have the evidence to go ahead and arrest Sisodia if they want to.
Rahul, two very specific questions to Zafar Islam. What happened to the Khalistan charge? Point number one. He cannot get away like that. Point number two. If Sukesh Chandrasekhar is to be believed, then what happened to the 250 crores that he collected on behalf of Mr. Amit Shah? I want those two answers from Bharatiya Janata Party today before I answer anything else.
No, but Sukesh said, no, one second. that you're leveling a bogus charge, you're trying to manipulate it, because Sukesh said he called from a number using voice over internet protocol, pretending that he was calling from the office of the Home Ministry. He didn't call on behalf of Amit Shah. But what Reena is saying, she's making a larger point, that if all of what Sukesh has said is believed to be true, then maybe he was doing it on behest of some BJP leader. How can you believe one part of what he says and disbelieve the other part?
Rahul, all I said, that it is the matter of investigation. You heard Kiran Bedi ji also. Investigation is investigative agency will find out all the details, minute details, because there is an allegation which has been leveled by a conman. And as we said repeatedly, that a conman has leveled allegation against a conman, because Kejriwal is nothing but a conman. He has cheated everyone, including his own mentor Anna Hazare, all his colleagues who had once supported him.
Let's step out of this tutu meme for a moment. I want to go to the two investigative officers on this broadcast. I'll start with Dr. Vikram Singh, who's been Director General of Police, on how you would look at this charge. It's a dramatic allegation leveled by a man who's currently in custody right before the elections against the principal enemy or the political nemesis of the ruling party. How would you look at this charge?
Rahulji, good evening. In totality of the ecosystem in which these charges are made, let us not live in an illusion that Sukesh Chandrasekhar is a master swindler who is in the same league as Charles Sobraj and Natwarlal.
Correct.
And anything coming from him will have to be examined threadbare. And all those who have taken his statements as gospel truth have come to grief. He will go to absurd lengths to secure his release. This is the devious kind of a mindset that he has. Shantanu ji and I have handled such people for a lifetime, and I know how their minds are wired. The only agenda in their life and their game plan is how to get out of jail, and they will go to any length. Now, my advice to the investigators would be, allegations, howsoever frivolous, howsoever genuine, illegitimate they may be, they have to be inquired into. Under these circumstances, my advice would be to first inquire whether the allegations are true or not. If they are true, register a case.
No, but how do you find out? No, let's take this one charge. That we met in Kailash Gehlot's farmhouse in 2016. Satyendar Jain took 50 crore. Satyendar Jain will deny it. How do you prove this going back to 2016? There will be no CCTV footage of whether that meeting took place or not.
Don't expect anybody to claim that, yes, he received the money. Don't expect CCTV footages. Nobody is as stupid. One who would be so sharp as to accept and receive this kind of a bribe will take adequate precautions also. Now, the financial trade is your only strength. The money when it came, the money when it was stashed, and when it was stashed, obviously it cannot disappear into thin air. There is a system of stashing of black money that goes by the system of layering, stashing, concealing, and then putting it back into legitimate economy. And our experts in the income tax department and the ED are experts at that. If they are given the task, 50 crores is some money which is absolutely cannot be brushed underneath the carpet. My advice again would be that if there are skillful investigators of artificial intelligence, IT experts, income tax, as also ED, it is not very difficult. I don't say it is impossible, it's not difficult also to identify whether this money was taken or not. But such people are known to level these kind of allegations to further their own selfish
You make an important point that people like Sukesh Chandrasekhar are known to say whatever they need to get themselves freed. Shantanu Sen, that's what Vikram Singh thinks. Is that your opinion as well? How would you be probing these charges if these 3 letters were to come your way?
Shekhar Reddy is Chandrasekhar. He started at the age of 17 committing crimes, and that's what he is doing today. Look here, these important organizations like the CBI and the ED do not take up cases on flimsy allegations. There is a section 160. You verify. You don't register a case straight away. So many allegations were made against the L-G, Delhi. Was the case registered? Allegation is fair play among politicians today. Unfortunately, we have come to a stage where there is absolutely no compunction in making charges and then forgetting about it. We heard of the grievous charge against Mr. Kejriwal that he was going to be Prime Minister of Khalistan, and there is utter silence after his victory in Punjab. So let's not go into investigations at all. These charges must be dismissed ab initio. There is no case. There is a charge by Shekhar Reddy, who is a con man from the age of 17. He is making desperate charges to make headlines. And unfortunately, the media, as important media as the India Today, is coming down to discuss a man who is not worth the paper on which he speaks, on which he writes.
Now, it's a catch-22 situation. I see what you're saying, Shantanu Sen, but you've got the national ruling party doing press conference after press conference on that charge.
Now, can I get 10 seconds, please?
No, one second. Let Shantanu Sen speak. Surely it's a story that needs to be reflected. As you can see from my approach, I'm not believing 100% what he's saying. It's a matter that needs to be probed. But you can't criticize us for taking up the investigation or taking up the story, because it is a story playing out in the public eye.
Mr. Rahul, you have... No, don't make every story important.
Okay.
You should carefully weigh what is worth your consideration. This story is not worth your consideration at all. You have more important things. You must discuss those things. Just because a few people get together and talk about things which are without proof, without any evidence, how can you take it up for discussion? Look, there is a section in the CRPC which calls upon the investigating agency to verify, and that is how the CBI registers a PE first, to verify. This is an allegation made by a person who has been in jail. Look at the time lag. This matter happened in 2016. In 2022, how many years later? 6 years later, he comes alive, and you are giving him importance. That's not proper at all.
Okay, Shantanu Sen is a man who's known to speak his mind, as he has on this show. And this is embarrassing for your party, Zafar Islam, because he's saying this is a rubbish allegation. Why is this man waking up now, just before the elections, when he's in jail? He's saying this to save his skin. You shouldn't even believe him. He's questioning why we are doing the show in the first place. Your national party is doing press conference after press conference, leveling this allegation, Zafar Islam.
So Rahul, there are two things. First of all, that Conman doesn't belong to Bharatiya Janata Party. He is a conman. He is making a statement, writing letter against another conman who happens to be the Chief Minister of Delhi. And how he has become Chief Minister, everyone knows. Having said that, second thing, that when somebody claims that they are, they are honest, they have never cheated anyone, and then you have somebody who has leveled allegation against him or made a statement against the person who claims to be the honest person on the earth, then it is important for a political party to expose him, and that it's not us. It is actually, he's being exposed by Sukesh, the Conman Sukesh. Secondly, the investigative agency will take its own course. But when Kejriwal is making statement after statement against all the political parties and claiming to be the most honest person, then it is the responsibility of all the political parties to expose him as well.
Rahul, can
so
I
we are
get
just
10 seconds,
trying to tell the people of this great country that he is misleading the nation. He is making up stories, he is concocting stories, and is trying to mislead the nation, and that is why it is the onus on all the political party to expose him. And today I must tell you that he stands completely exposed. That's why he is trying to avoid.
No, but what happened to the charges by Kumar Vishwas against Kejriwal before the Punjab polls? Zafar Islam, what happened to that?
See, Rahul, the investigative agencies will do its own course, and they must be doing
Who's
it.
probing that charge?
I will not speak about
Which investigative agency is probing that charge? Which agency is probing that charge? One second, Reena Gupta. Reena Gupta, 1 second. Who's probing that charge? Has any case been registered? What is the status of the investigation?
Let me tell you, once such information is made public, it is the responsibility of the government to put the system in place to ensure that investigation is being done without making it public. I am sure the government is doing the investigation having heard this information coming from somebody who was extremely close to Kejriwal. And if he has made that statement, there has to be some meeting.
So you are saying it's being probed. So what if the result of the probe is not known in public? Kejriwal is being probed for his links with Khalistan and wanting to turn Punjab into a separate state.
Government cannot come out.
Government doesn't have to give you, Reena Gupta, ball by ball commentary of the investigations. It's a sensitive matter. Government doesn't need to give you ball by ball commentary.
Issue.
Reena Gupta.
Rahul, you know, it is very well planned a story by the Bharatiya Janata Party. The Sukesh Conman letter came out the very next day of the Morbi accident. They wanted the media to be diverted away from the Morbi accident because senior leaders of Bharatiya Janata Party in Gujarat are involved in this corruption, where 20 crore was given for the repair of the bridge and only 12 lakh was used, and we lost so many children and so many people whose lives have just been lost in Gujarat. Bharatiya Janata Party did not know where to hide their faces, so they planted this story. They got this conman. I have no qualms to say that Bharatiya Janata Party asked the conman to write this letter. Otherwise, why would he write a letter to the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi? I mean, does it make any sense? It makes zero sense to me that a conman is going to write a letter to the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi. That's point number one. Point number two, the whole day they've spent today just talking about this conman because they know very well that they're losing their deposits in MCD elections in Delhi. They know very well that they're losing in Gujarat. They have nothing to show. You know, when parties have done some work like Aam Aadmi Party, we talk about what we've done. जब कुछ काम ही नहीं किया है तो what will you do?
Zafar Islam wants to respond before I conclude. Zafar Islam, final words.
I just want to make her know and update her with the ground reality of Gujarat. Reena Gupta ji, I will be surprised if you really open an account in Gujarat.
But that's not the point. We're not here to discuss. You know, on the exit poll and on the counting day, I'll be discussing the results in Gujarat. Why are you linking the charges to the results? They're two separate matters. Politics needs to be dealt with as politics. And if this charge is true, it needs to be taken seriously. Don't conflate the two issues. I think you've heard both from Vikram Singh
Rahul,
and from Shantanu Sen, who call a spade a spade. They say things the way they see them. They've said what they have. I don't wish to take sides one way or the other. We don't lean in one way or the other on issues of this nature. Where there's a charge, the charge needs to be backed with evidence. When there is evidence, that charge can be believed. At this moment, the evidence isn't out in the public domain, but Zafar Islam says the agencies are probing. Let them complete their probe. Only then will they know whether there was evidence or not. Shantanu Sen, Dr. Vikram Singh, Zafar Islam and Reena Gupta for joining me on the Newstrack. Thank you very much. Can a conman's allegations be taken at face value? Sukesh Chandrasekhar is in jail in connection with the 200 crore rupee extortion case. India Today has an exclusive report on Sukesh's life inside jail. Here it is.
Bollywood divas Jacqueline Fernandez and Nora Fatehi were not the only ones on supercon Sukesh Chandrasekhar's list of glitz and glamour. As more skeletons tumble out in the 200 crore rupees extortion scam, India Today has learnt small-time actors and models Nikki Tamboli, Chahat Khanna, Sophia Singh and Arusha Patil allegedly met the con man while he was lodged in Delhi's high-security Tihar jail. Sources tell India Today the four actors were allegedly taken by Sukesh's associate Pinky Irani to meet him. Pinky Irani allegedly introduced these actors to the con man under various names. The actors revealed they were allegedly made to travel in a BMW and taken inside Tihar in an Innova. Once inside the jail, they were allegedly made to evade CCTV. Sources say Nikki Tamboli has allegedly revealed Pinky booked their flight tickets from Mumbai to Delhi. According to sources, Tamboli said no security check was done at the Tihar jail, nor were their IDs asked for. The con man had allegedly sent money and gifts such as Gucci and Louis Vuitton bags and Versace watches to these actors. Out of these four, Arusha Patil allegedly admitted she was introduced to Sukesh by Pinky Rani but denied meeting him in Tihar jail. Investigations so far have exposed the multi-millionaire con man's alleged life of luxury inside Tihar jail. CCTV footage has revealed Sukesh was put in a separate barrack and had access to mobile phone. The area around his bed was covered with curtains to hide special treatment given to him. Many Tihar officials are already under investigation for facilitating Sukesh's free run in the jail. With Munish Pandey, Bureau Report, India Today.
You're on board the Newstrack. Actor-politician Pawan Kalyan once again broke the internet, sitting on the roof of a moving car with his security and supporters dangling on the sides. The video clip has gone viral. It came from a visit to Ipattam village in Guntur district in Andhra Pradesh. Here's the report.
Telugu actor Pawan Kalyan was waiting for his golden moment to shine in politics, and he seems to have found quite a filmy way to grab attention. The actor turned politician pulled off a massive stunt which his fans may call daring but is in every way illegal. Pawan was spotted sitting on the rooftop of a speeding car, defying all police orders, making his way to a village in Guntur to meet families affected by a recent demolition drive. The visual, which may initially look like a scene from a big-budget action film, shows Pawan Kalyan leading the convoy, sitting on top of a luxury SUV with his team members dangling on either sides. In fact, there are a bunch of escort vehicles following the star, and they too appear to be aping Pawan Kalyan's stunt. The car behind has nearly 3 people sitting on the rooftop and over 5 people dangling on both sides of the car. The convoy is seen visibly speeding and swerving on a highway, risking not just Pawan Kalyan's life, but also endangering all his team members, who appear squished and tightly holding on to the car rails. One can only imagine what would have really happened if one of those drivers had to apply a sudden brake.
We have already ordered our police department to take necessary action regarding the situation what he has done on the roads. See, it's not a political. He thinks it's a. It's not. It's a cinematic kind of a thing. It's a real life. It's not. It's a real life thing. No, it's not a real life one.
This was Pawan's way of sending out a political message to arch rival and Andhra Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy. After the daring stunt, Pawan landed at that village, met with the families, and there too, in full filmy style, promised those villagers to take action against those who demolished their homes. Pawan Kalyan has been fairly desperate to make his political opening in Andhra Pradesh. His Janasena party was launched in 2014 but failed to gain any traction ever since. The Janasena party briefly allied with the BJP in 2014 and then with the left parties and BSP in 2019. After failing to make any real impact, Pawan Kalyan is now set to enter an alliance with Chandrababu Naidu's TDP. Whatever be Pawan's political will, this stunt was surely in poor taste and about time concerned authorities crack a whip. Bureau Report, India Today.
After investigations into the recent clashes in the city of Leicester, a UK-based think tank has debunked the narrative that RSS and Hindutva groups played a part in the violence. Here are the details.
Violence, clashes, mayhem. In the aftermath of India's win over Pakistan in the Asia Cup on August the 28th, an ugly communal face-off had broken out in UK's Leicester, with large Islamist mobs targeting a Hindu temple. After tensions flared, UK-based Hindus alleged a reign of fear and a targeting over their religion. But in a bizarre move, the flare-up was blamed on so-called Hindu extremists. But months later, the false narrative to target and malign UK Hindus stands exposed. A UK think tank has shattered claims that RSS and saffron groups had sparked the communal unrest and clashes in Leicester. The Henry Jackson Society, a UK-based think tank, has released a report which says there was no involvement of the RSS or any Hindu groups in the violence. After what it claims is thorough research, the research firm reveals that a small inter-community issue was fanned and presented as organized Hindutva violence. The report states fake news was peddled to instigate this violence, which led to Hindus living in fear and putting the community at risk from hate, vandalism and assault. Report says that some online influencers ran fake news about UK Hindus kidnapping a Muslim girl and incited the local communities. The perpetrators behind the propaganda campaign, according to this think tank, had links to terror organizations, and their sole aim was to stir up tensions in the community. India, remember, had strongly condemned the violent clashes, dismissing theories that it was any kind of larger plot by any Hindu group to stoke emotions.
You would have seen the statement issued by our High Commission in London condemning the violence. Our High Commission continues to be in touch with the UK side. We are in touch with the diplomatic as well as the security authorities to prevent further attack and take action against the perpetrators. That has been our repeated request, to prevent these attacks and take action.
On its part, the think tank report absolves the Hindu community in the UK, defeating any conspiracies to demonize them. But the investigation into what happened in Leicester is still very much on. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where I wrap up the Newstrack tonight. For your time and your trust, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye, good night.